We bought a plot of land a couple of years ago, and now we need to make a decision of what we're gonna do with this plot. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through why we bought this plot, what was the objective, how it changed, and I'm gonna ask your help, your wisdom, collective YouTube crowdsourcing to help us make a decision of what should we do with this plot of land. So stay tuned until the very end, and I hope you follow us on this journey. Let me give you a little bit of the background. So a couple of years ago, we knew that eventually we wanted to return to Portugal with our family to live permanently. So we started a quest to find the perfect city in Portugal for our family to live. We had a very specific criteria. We wanted a city that was flat, so we could do 95% of our lives walking. We wanted schools until 12º, all the way until the very end, so we didn't need to change place with our kids in schools. Second, we wanted a pool, indoor pool and an outside pool. We wanted enough sports for our kids to do, extracurricular activities, and we wanted to be close to a place with water. Let it be a river, let it be like a lake. And on this search, we narrowed it down through several cities from the north all the way to the south, and one specific city caught our eye. And that's the one where we bought the plot of land. We saw an opportunity, actually what is called uma asta pública da Câmara. So it's basically the town hall releases several lots for sale for building, and we found one that had something amazing, which I'm going to show you, which is the plot is back there, and this is the view that you have walking all the way into this lovely section where you have a river and you have a lovely outdoor space. So when we saw that, we thought this will be amazing to build something that doesn't have anything in front of you, only has nature and a beautiful river. And we bought that plot from abroad. We weren't even here, but we had what's called uma procuração. So we had someone from our family that could execute the sale for us. And we bought that plot for it's around 840 something square meters. And we bought it for around 55,000 euros, which at the time seemed a reasonable price due to its location and just the beauty of it. And our objective had always been to build our dream house. And we even started thinking really hard of how that dream house would look. But now fast forward a couple of years forward to the present day, in which the prices of construction, new construction, have increased from around 700 euros a square meter all the way up to 1,500 euros the square meter. That's a massive change. So that stopped us on our tracks because it would be a massive investment. And in the meanwhile, we spotted a beautiful opportunity to buy the house that we've been showing you little glimpses of the renovation. So then we gave up on this dream of building our house. But guess what? When you buy a plot from a Câmara Municipal, there is some rules you need to oblige of, and we were aware of them. And one of them is that you have a date limit to take action and build. So now we've been queried of what's going on, what you're gonna do. And that got us thinking. And that's the question I'm gonna put back to the audience as well. A little bit brainstorming together here is, should we build with a different purpose or think of another alternative? So right now, if we would be to build, we will change the purpose. It will no longer be our forever house, dream house, because we already have a pretty decent house. We might in the future, when we get old, appreciate much more living here than living where we live right now. But at the moment, we don't want to change. We love it where we are, the kids love it. But we need some return on investment on this property. So that got us thinking, maybe what we can do is build a really simple houses, clean lines, like don't go crazy on the finishing and materials, go pretty basic, but also with enough level of comfort, insulation for it to be rentable. And right now, from the landscape of this area, we were told that we could actually rent by room, because there are several industries here that have workers that come and go. So we could probably be asking 350 euros per room. And they got us thinking, okay, maybe what we need to do is a 4-bedroom house with a lovely big kitchen, living room, and it has a massive garden. And that's one way to get some return on investment on this property. So let's start talking about the cost of this investment. We've already locked 55,000 euros because that's how much we pay for the plot of land itself. Then talking with our builder, he says we probably really controlling the materials and really having a very simple design, we could probably spend 150,000 euros on the building of this property. So we already have there $205,000 invested on this property. So we need to recoup that investment, right? So let's say we do 4 bedrooms. We rented it 350 each. So we're probably getting 1,400 euros a month. If we look at how much we invested, that's probably looking at 11 to 12 years to recoup that investment. But the thing is, okay, we've put that money in, we're gonna take a decade to get that money back, but the property itself keeps growing on value. So we will probably right now, let's say we build it and we decide we don't wanna really rent it, we just wanna exit this investment. So then in that case, we will probably be able to sell it around 260,000 euros. So those are some of the considerations to have. So with no more further ado, let's walk until the plot of land. So on the back is the river, a beautiful river. We walk through these gardens here. So basically this plot you can build and never have anything in front of you other than the view of the beautiful river, which is something that we really appreciate and is something that made us choose this location for that very same purpose. So you have a main road that you cross, and then here you have the plot of land. So basically this is the plot of land. So from all the way there, and this is where we can do the build. Okay, so let me see if I can actually show you how build the plot is. So here there's a mark. So number 2 will be ours. So it goes all the way until there, and then it goes all the way until that box, and all the way until the very marking there on that post. So all the way here. So it's around 840 square meters. You have a specific set of rules here because this is a plot from Câmara Municipal. That means there's specific rules regarding what you can build, what is the area of implementation, how much space you need to give to the neighbors. So there's definitely a set of rules you need to abide by when you submit your project to be approved by Câmara. That's another thing. In a new build, you cannot just come in and just do it. You need to go through a lot of bureaucracy to get everything approved. You need to go through the design, the architecture. So that's one element. Then you need to obey to all the rules of the plot itself. Don't go too close to the neighbors. Make sure the implementation zone is right. And then you need to go through specialities, through the engineering, the different sets of engineerings to make sure that the house complies with all the European and Portuguese normatives. And one of them that recently passed and we weren't aware of their impact is the fact that now the builds, which makes sense, need to have an element of sustaining seismic events. And that also pushed the price of new construction off the roof because now you put a lot of iron everywhere. I don't know if it's excessive or no. There's some contradictory opinions. There's some folks on the engineering side that think that this is too much, is not needed. What we had previously was already pretty good. But nevertheless, this is a factor that is going to increase a lot the cost of the build, because you have to put a lot of iron into this structure. So those are some of the elements that give us a little bit of pause when going through a new build. Because there's some unknowns, they can throw your price off the roof. But on the other end, on a new build, it's a new challenge. Till now, we've only done renovations. So this is like from the zero, and this will probably be a very awesome sequence journey to follow with you and get your feedback. So where is our mind right now, and where do we need some insights, wisdom from the crowd? Is, should we invest here? Should we invest more 150,000 to build this property with the objective of renting it? It would take us around 1 decade to recoup this investment. I know some of you folks will be like, just forget it and put it on the stock market. Okay, we already have that covered. We are really looking into diversifying through real estate. So we have an opportunity cost here, which is if we invest this money right now, then we have a challenge of making other investments. Although on the very present, we don't have any other real estate investment in line right now. So that's the back and forward. Since we invested already money in this plot, build, gain equity, through the years, the property will be worth more, rent it in the between and have a lovely property here, or just exit the investment and sell. So that's the question. Let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching us on this journey as always. Until the very next one.